What is going on, y'all? Look at this building. So, the 2 weeks that I was at home, I was spending my time, doing stuff on the house, of course. But I upgraded the brake system for the bike. I put the new silicone hoses. I put the new brake lines, if you can see here. Put the master cylinder, the Brembo brakes, and like the duct cooling. I don't know how to call that, but anyways, yeah. Now she's almost there, the way I want it. So, what else did I do? Yeah, I changed the windshield because those grooves here for the other windshield, it was captured on the camera that I put in the front here, and I didn't like the view. See the Brembo brakes? I power coated. I changed the brake lines. Almost done, yo. Almost done. Changed the rotors. Put the other rotors in the front too from Brembo. The floating rotors. Yeah. The master cylinder, the RCS 19 Corsa Quarter. I put those. I put the new grips. Oh yeah, I had to remove the whole fairing stay here so I can take the flapper out of here. There's a flapper that kind of restrict the air to go through. So when you're not 100% on the throttle, it closes to 70%, 60%, I don't know how many percentages. So there's not enough airflow to the engine. So I was like, man, I'm gonna take that off. So I took it off. And it's normal. I put the block off plates too. I removed the air injection system. I don't know how to call it, but I took it off. I put the block off plates, and yeah, she's almost done. Almost there. So alright, my talk is not about the bike. It's about why you need and why you don't need a little bike. I hear a lot of comments and everybody talk about why you need 1000cc, why you don't need 1000cc bike, and oh, it's too much power and shit like that. Yeah, I get it. It's too powerful, especially for someone who doesn't have experience. But my thought about the 1000cc bike is, if you know that you're not responsible enough, I will say don't get it, because you're gonna kill yourself. And if you get in a 1000cc bike for the first time, just because you have a 600 and you want to drive like there's no tomorrow, trust me, you have a higher chance that it will be no tomorrow for you, literally, because you're gonna kill yourself. So with that being said, I mean, a 1000cc bike, it's too powerful for someone who doesn't have experience. But you have to be responsible. You have to understand how to control your throttle. Especially nowadays that all these 1000cc bikes has, electronics that you can lower the power and stuff like that and tame the power and everything. But it's still a powerful bike, even though that you put on the rain mode. It's still going to be more power than a 600. So just be careful. My message to the dumbasses out there, especially one specific who made a video talking about a 1000cc bike. You're not worthy to ride a 1000cc bike. And I was like, what? Why'd you say such a thing like that? What do you mean you're not worthy? Why, you have to hit the triple dashes every time when you're on the bike? It's the same thing that you telling people who buying a Corvette that you're not worthy because you're not hitting the limit on the car. So what you're trying to say is, because you used to ride a sport bike back in the day, and now you're riding an R7, not the R7, the MT-07. Now you can talk trash. Look at this dumbass. Dumb fuck.
Emotional damage.
Alright, so just because today he drive an MT-07 and he say, oh no, this is a perfect bike for me, now you want to convince everybody else who likes sport bike not to get one. It's like, yeah, well, first of all, you had it. You had a 600 and you had a 1000. So now you're telling everybody else who looking for those bikes not to get it because it's too much power, you're not worth it. I mean, why? That doesn't make sense to me. Why you tell everybody else not to get something that you got before? You know, if you want a sport bike, my guy, if you want a sport bike, go get it. Just don't sit on the fence thinking about, okay, let me listen to this guy. Because when that stupid guy said that you're not worthy to have a 600 or a 1000 bike, all these powerful cars out there, nobody's supposed to have it. Everybody should drive a Prius. All those little cars, the smart cars, that's what you should drive because you're worth it on that. You know, you can hit the speed limit on these. It's like, come on, man.
You serious?
Are you really gonna tell people that bullshit? Guys, look, if you want a 1000cc bike, if you're responsible enough, or if you know how to ride for a long time, I would say, yeah, get it. I didn't have a lot of experience with bikes before, but the thing is, I have 2 kids, I have a wife, so I gotta take care of them, I gotta look for them. So that gave me enough responsibility not to push over my limit just because I want to follow somebody. I ride my own ride, and if I feel uncomfortable doing too fast, I slow down. I don't need to force myself. I don't need to force myself to follow someone just because I want to look cool for somebody. First of all, you're not gonna get anything out of that. Yeah, people are gonna say, oh shit, you know, like, oh, you ride. That's it. You're not gonna get any prize. You're not training to be a racer or GP racer. So slow your ass down. You know, cool off. Ride your own ride, like everybody says. Ride your own ride. If you want to go fast, I understand. I like to go fast too, but if I start going to a speed that's very uncomfortable for me, I slow down. I just push little by little, and then I get that speed. I understand the speed that I'm going, the power, the braking power that I have, the distance that I have, you know, to brake in case of emergency, and I get used to it with the speed, you know, because if you're not used to it with the speed, you go way too quick behind that car ass, and when you see, you're gonna be sitting at the passenger seat in the back of that car if you don't understand how fast you're going. So you need to get used to it with the speed, and on any bike. It's not just a little bike, on any bike. So just relax. I understand if you're responsible enough. And if you can afford a little bike and you know how to ride already, you have a little bit of experience, at least you should get one. If it's that something that you really wanted, like I want the R1 really bad since that I was a kid, and I went and get it. Alright, my first bike was it was a R6. It was a 2016 R6, matte gray, beautiful bike. I lost it in a few days on a car accident. I was in the parking lot. I was going to another store to grab something to drink, and then somebody T-boned me. So I got pissed. You know, I broke my collarbone, and it was a nightmare. After that, I took a few years, but by the time I was ready to purchase another one, the R6 discontinued. So I got pissed again, and I was like, you know what? I'll get myself an R1 and I'm gonna control my throttle. Like I will be responsible how fast I squeeze the throttle. So that's what I did, and I took slowly. Like the first time when I got this bike, I was shaking, almost shitting my pants. But because I was afraid, you know, like do a little twist and then the bike goes crazy underneath me. So that was I was afraid of. I was afraid of that I was not good enough to ride one of these bikes. But the thing is, I took slowly. I didn't rush myself. So that's the same thing that you got to do with you. You cannot rush yourself. You know, this is not a competition. You're not competing to go to any race. And if you have a friend who, for instance, let's say you're on the group ride and one of your friends tell you, oh, you got to go faster, man. You got a powerful bike, you got to go faster. And push you over your limit. Let me tell you something. Get away from him, because he doesn't respect your limits. And you don't need that type of person to put you in harm's way. So don't listen to these people. Just ride your own ride, man. If you're not comfortable, slow down. You're gonna get to the same place that he's going regardless. If you're going fast, if you're going slow. I understand you want to go fast so you can stay together with your bodies and everything, have fun with the speed, but slow down. Get used to with the speed first. Get used to like swerving your bike on the traffic. Understand how to read cars when a car is about to jump in front of you and stuff like that. Try to understand those things, because at the end of the day, it's your life, all right? So with that being said, don't start thinking like the other YouTubers that say that you don't need a 1000cc bike and stuff like that. You don't need those type of bikes and stuff. Just don't listen. You don't need to. Just don't. Listen to yourself. You'll be better off following your dreams and getting the bike that you really wanted instead of listening to somebody else. Because there's never a great deal purchasing or either a bike or a car that you don't like it. You're gonna regret in a few months. And all those payments that you're gonna do monthly, because now you're stuck to it, is gonna be heavier and heavier and heavier. And every time when you pay for those things that you don't like, you're gonna get mad. It's like why I listen to somebody else? Why I didn't buy what I want to buy? So slow down, understand your situation, respect the bike, respect your limits, and you're gonna do well. With that being said, thank you guys for the video. I was just checking if I'm still recording. And Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time. And sorry for 3 months without shooting any videos. I was too busy going out with the wife, going to the out of state and everything. So I will try to make more videos. All right, thank you guys. Peace out.